And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to clean the Crown Vic, and yeah, I want to thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers. Man, I can't believe 5,000 of y'all actually clicked the subscribe button. That's pretty funny. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching the Florida man playing with Florida cars. And yes, today we will be washing more paint off the Crown Victoria. Because, as you know, the paint just comes off this car. Oh look, there goes some more paint right there. Goodbye, paint. I really need to just give in and just repaint this entire car, but I'm gonna have to really do it right. Ooh, look at that dirt and paint just flow right off. Just flow right off. Yep, just scrubbing the paint off. That's all we're doing here, just scrubbing some paint off. I mean, the dirt too, but yeah, paint. See it just flaking everywhere. Yeah. This is why I'm gonna have to pay to get this thing professionally cleaned at some point. Look at all that dirt. Look at all that dirt. So much dirt. Alright guys, so just finished up with my car and was rolling up my hose, and yeah. That's a little snake living in my garden hose. I don't know if I can show his head. There's his head. But yeah, that's probably one of, I don't know, 5 or 6 different types of snakes that live around here on my property. So if you ever happen to be in Florida, remember, nothing dies here and a lot of stuff lives here. So you're probably going to stumble across snakes, lizards. If you're down south, they'll get bigger and bigger. We got a huge problem with iguanas down in the Miami area. So yeah, that's just part of living in a very warm, borderline tropical climate. Anyway, there you go, snake, randomly. Alright, there she is, nice and clean now. Knocked off lots and lots of dirt. For those of y'all think I'm out there trolling around. Anyway, look at that. Some of these spots, if you guys remember from some of my prior videos, I actually spray painted over, and yeah, that paint's still just letting go. See, there's another spot. This probably needs a touch up. There's a little bit of rust going on there, but yeah, there's a bunch of polka dots. Let me see if I can go on the other side. See, this is another one of my really bad touch-up jobs down here. Yeah. But the car is much cleaner now. I mean, the hood's polka dotted. Oh, and then there's this very bad spot on the roof. And I got a little bit of surface rust going on there. So yeah, might be doing another layer of spray paint to fend off the rust for a little bit. For those of you that are curious, current temperature in the workshop is 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. It's not even hot yet. So for those of you keeping up with my background scenery, I actually found that stop sign in an antique store, of all places. And went and checked to make sure it didn't have any crazy property markings on it, but got it for like 35 bucks. And it's actually basically a brand new sign, so I thought that was kind of cool. But the reason why I'm over here is because, that's interesting. I wonder what's going on there. Oh, shutter was stuck. Anyway, a lot of you guys have been giving me grief about not keeping one or both cars in here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start storing the Crown Vic inside, because after washing it today, obviously, yeah, the paint ain't holding up so good, and there's a little bit of cancer going on, so That one's going to have to be probably kept indoors a lot more often, because if I leave it out in the rain, I think it's going to rot itself to death, and I don't want to do that because that car is kind of special. Yeah, as you guys know, it used to be a fire department vehicle, so it's one of the few Crown Vics in the world that hasn't been ragged out, hasn't been abused real badly. And, wow, my camera is like dying. Looking at my... There's a little shutter on the front of this, and it is getting stuck now. I guess it's wearing out. This camera's probably getting close to 10 years old, so... Yeah, it's had a good run, I guess, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. The Crown Vic itself is pretty special, pretty unique. It's an old fire department vehicle, so it hasn't been dogged the way a lot of Crown Vics have. So what I'd like to do is at least keep it pretty well intact the way it is. It's going to need a paint job, obviously, because every time I wash it, I lose a bunch of paint, but that's pretty normal for the white Crown Victorias. So I think in the meantime, it's going to have to live indoors, and then, of course, you know, the Impala is actually faring a lot better outdoors, so because the paint's staying on it. We won't get into the whole Ford-Chevy argument, but, you know, they both have their pros and the cons. But anyway, just wanted to kind of let you guys know that. I think I'm going to keep the Crown Vic living indoors, at least for the time being, you know, until I can paint it and, you know, take care of it a little bit better than I have been. But I do want to circle back to what I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I mean, I got 5,000 subscribers. I mean, who... I didn't know there was that many people that actually wanted to see what I was doing with these old, I guess... what normal people would call beater X police vehicles, whatever. So it's kind of interesting to see that, and I really appreciate all of you for stopping by, clicking the like button. I mean, some of y'all do the bell notification thing, and you know, occasionally I'll get some comments right off the bat when I put videos up. I mean, my views aren't as high as they used to be, but that's probably because I haven't been able to keep up with the videos as much. And, you know, now that we've got this little virus thing going around, that doesn't really help me with a whole lot of what's going on in my world anyway. But, yeah, really appreciate you guys clicking the subscribe button. And hopefully I can keep up with the content and keep some interesting things coming. I think I'm going to probably hit the junkyard one of these days. One of the cab companies dropped off a bunch of cabs, so it might be interesting to see what's floating around in there. Anyway, love to each and every one of you. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next video, whenever the heck it is I make it. All right, and for those of you keeping up with the F-150, there you go, 20,817.9 miles. Yeah, I drive, just not the Crown Vic or the Impala that much. I can honestly say this is the earliest I've gone to work in a long time. Yeah. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. The guy could not wait for that truck to make a corner and decided he was going to cut in front of everybody. The truck still pinned him. Idiot. Alright, which one of y'all is over there? There's an Impala. Which one of you? I see you.